What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another episode. In today's video, I wanted to cover what I feel like are the best apps for your iPhone and Android device going into 2021, while also giving you guys a sneak peek on some of the apps that I use and what's currently on my phone. For the look, I started off 2021 with more of a stealth vibe to go along with the icons pack that came from the Dbrand MKBHD partnership that they recently did. Now I'm rocking 2 pages with one hidden that looks super dope. It gives off that stealth vibe while hiding the millions of obnoxious notification bubbles you get with regular iOS apps while maintaining a smooth workflow for my everyday activities. Kicking off the first page, we have my Apple Wallet, which is pretty self-explanatory. I keep a few cards in here just in case I'm running around and I happen to forget my wallet. Now, my first must-have app for you guys is mainly for those of you that do day trading or you just want to keep up with what's going on in the market. I highly recommend you guys go ahead and download the Thinkorswim app by Ameritrade. I've used every app imaginable when it comes to trading, and none of them really give me as much information or features right at my fingertips when it comes to news and trading like the Thinkorswim app does. I day trade options, and I can't tell you how convenient it is to be able to set up alerts while placing and closing trades right in the palm of your hand. Not to mention charting stocks and keeping up with news on your favorites in your watch list is as easy as it gets with this app. Next up, we have Google Photos, and I love using Google Photos because it gives me a way to branch all of my photos together seamlessly, whether I'm using an iPhone or an Android. It gives me access to all my photos in one place. It lets me pick up where I left off and then check those photos out later when I hop on my computer and need to do some editing or just brush off on some client work. Next up, we have Twitch. When I have some downtime and I'm not streaming or creating content myself, I like checking in with my favorite streamers to see how they're doing and grab a few laughs before I get back to work or before I head off to get some sleep. For my calendar, I use the standard calendar that you get with iOS. It's the one I've grown accustomed to over the years, and every time I've tried to stray away from it, the simple minimalist design has kept me coming back, so that's the one that I'm currently using. Now the Creator Studio is next, and it's one of my favorite apps because it lets me spend time with you guys every day. In the morning, I like waking up and checking my Creator Studio so I can get back to everyone's questions in the comments section, not to mention reading all the support you guys give me in my videos first thing in the morning gets me excited to get up and start thinking of new content for you guys. Along with that, I use it to check my analytics on my videos and see how my videos are doing overall versus my previous uploads. Following the Creator Studio, we have my camera and banking apps above this gigantic Google widget that I've come to fall in love with over the past few weeks. It gives you a search bar, incognito mode, voice search, and a lens option that lets you take a picture of something and give you more information on what it is you're actually holding or looking at, which works surprisingly better than expected. Now, I can't tell you how much I hate checking up on recent news updates just to get a ton of negative news shoved in my face. You can't even filter it the way you want without still having some unwanted news pop up somewhere. Until now, welcome to an app called Feedly. This is one of my favorite apps. It lets you filter out and regulate news important to you and what you're currently interested in without getting bombarded with a ton of negative information irrelevant to what you're currently looking at. It lets you categorize your favorite blogs and news platforms into feeds so you can group content together properly, viewing everything you like to keep up on while ignoring pesky information from those other less relevant feeds that you're not into. Speaking of feeds, next up we have Twitter, which I love and kind of branches off from Feedly in a way. It helps me keep up to date on important product launches and information regarding the tech and gaming. With CES 2021 kicking off this week, it's a great way to keep up with the information overload that's provided to you at any single given moment. Following Twitter, we have 2 of my favorite productivity apps. Both Notes and Reminders are used on a daily basis for me. Reminders to help me tackle everything I need to do for the day, while using Notes to bullet point and script certain topics or ideas regarding to the channel or life in general. Google Drive is next, and this is one of the most important apps for me. It helps me back up and share important files I'm working on with partners, or backing up and saving certain graphics or templates that I plan on using in the future. Like Google Photos, it has a similar layout, structuring everything I need where I want it to help smooth out my workflow on a daily basis. Then we have the YouTube app itself to help me check in on not only my videos, but also check in with other creators that I like watching. Followed by the Tesla app and my apps for messages. Now it's freezing here in Michigan, and I can't tell you how convenient it is to open up the Tesla app and kick on your heated seats and adjust the climate control. It's also super convenient for downloading those new updates as soon as Tesla makes them available. For messaging, I stick with regular iMessage or Google Messages, but I really want to try to love Google Messages. It's making it really hard for me because every single time I use it on an Android or an iPhone, half of my messages come through, half of them don't. For the life of me, I can't figure out why. It's super frustrating. I just wish I could use one app for all of my messaging needs, regardless of what device I'm trying to use. Kicking off the bottom tab, we have our phone, followed by the mail app, where I integrate all of my mail from different email addresses. Now, I don't know if you guys have been using any of the new M1 Mac models, but my God, is Google Chrome disgustingly fast. It's absolutely insane and way better in my opinion than Safari. So I've switched over to Chrome on my phone as well and continued that experience there. Not to mention I can pick up where I left off from any device when I'm signed in, making it super useful to continue reading an article or picking up on a task that I left off on earlier. Now for music, there is no better app than Spotify. I don't care what you guys say, you can fight me on this one in the comments section below. Spotify makes life so much better. The layout is fantastic, everything looks clean. It's my favorite app for listening to music and is the best app you guys can download for all of your music and podcast needs going into 2021. Kicking off the second page, we have our widget from Widgetsmith to carry off that stealth look. This calendar clock version is the one that I'm currently rocking, but Widgetsmith is a must-have app for everything and anything widgets. You can customize them to fit your layout and color scheme that you're currently using, or you can choose from a wide variety of different ideas and schemes depending on your current mood or the season. Now in the first row of apps, we have Shazam to help you figure out names of songs you haven't heard from before, followed by the App Store and settings for my iPhone. Now I have a grouping for socials beyond that, which includes Discord, Viber, Reddit, and River. Discord is my favorite of the bunch and is a must-have for us gamers and streamers out there looking for a proper way of communication with everyone that doesn't result in using that disgusting party chat offered to us in games on console or PC. Now my second row consists of the Files app, followed up with everything fitness related, tracking what I eat in MyFitnessPal, followed up with my activity and my health apps to track my calories burned and see how well I've been sleeping lately. My third row consists of the PlayStation app and my most used utilities being the calculator, weather, and clock apps. The PlayStation app has come a long way and I love the new interface that you get. Most of everyone I know communicates in Discord, so there's not much action going on in here, but it's a great way to explore the PlayStation Store for up and coming PS5 games, as well as what games you currently have in your library, and official news and information that's kicking off in the blog section. On the bottom row, we kick off with Instagram, which I try to stay away from as hard as it is. I usually end up down a rabbit hole of profiles related to tech, travel, photography, and cars. Peter McKinnon, it's been over a week, buddy. You can come back now. Life's much better when you're around. After Instagram, we have Lightroom, which is the best app hands down for editing your photos no matter where you're at. It's the only app I use for editing my photos, whether I'm on the go or in the studio. I do use Photoshop, but that's typically only if I'm making thumbnails for videos. Next up, we have the American Express app to keep track of how much I shouldn't have spent the previous month. I also use it for travel since they have a fantastic concierge service to help you, especially when you're stuck in a bind. And having that platinum card is fantastic because as soon as I call, it routes me to an Amex rep instead of having to wait on hold and deal with customer service like other companies. I can't recommend them enough. Our second page concludes with none other than YouTube TV. Just when you thought YouTube can't get any better, it definitely does. Their streaming platform is hands down the best way to watch TV and the best way to help ditch your cable provider for something much more satisfying and personable. You can select your own package with channels and sports that you love watching to go with the base package that starts around $50 a month. I ditched cable TV a few years ago and I haven't looked back ever since. Not to mention you can download the YouTube TV app on every smart TV in your house or Roku device and pick up where you left off with your favorite shows or movies. The YouTube TV app works amazing on your personal devices as well, letting you take that experience with you anywhere you'd like to go. Whether it's on your phone, tablet, or laptop, this is a must-have for me and I can't recommend YouTube TV enough. For the icons themselves, I'm rocking this black monochrome signature set from BLVCK. I will make sure I leave it linked down below for you guys if you would like to go ahead and pick it up and enjoy this experience for yourself. Now I do have one page that's hidden, which is for apps I don't use as often. These are mostly apps that deal with home automation or travel, along with a few other utilities I may use here and there. I have a large folder for photos and video apps because you can never have enough of those, and I feel like there isn't one app that can do everything in regards to effects, filters, or transferring those photos from your camera to your phone, so this is where all of those apps go. Now most of the lighting and other automation I can control as the mood changes if it's not already automated. So that's where all of these other apps hide as well. But I'm curious, what are some of your favorite apps going into 2021? And if there are any dope apps that I missed out on, please, by all means, make sure you go ahead and drop them down below in the comment section for me so we can go ahead and all check them out. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you smash that like button for me and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.